Hi, baby. Hi. I think that violates all the rules. It's just me, guys. It's just me. Not that you could get two people in here anyway comfortably. You can't. So because it's just me and I always need a second and a third person to help me out with these big welding projects that I end up doing, I don't know why. So this is my second and third person. 2-ton chain hoists. And they're along this new Harbor Freight gantry telescoping crane that I bought, which I'm not going to be able to telescope because down all the way it fits just right in here. So an awful lot has changed in here since the last time I did a metal shop video. So let me give you a real quick update. Well, I don't know about real quick, but let me give you an update nonetheless. These are all my wind blocks. I put this up with scrap metal that we took off our roof from some hail damage. And this black portion is nothing more than an old abandoned dog kennel that we tacked the corrugated steel onto. Let me show you. Yeah, that's all it is corrugated steel that was scrap. And we just kind of screwed it like that with these pole barn screws into the dog kennel and put it into the ground with, let me show you. It's these manual operated ice augers. All I did was cut it off here and then put the dog kennel siding in the tube up from the bottom of it, only after I augered these into the ground. I got them all free. I got like 15 of them free at yard sales. They just accumulated. I stacked them up behind the pole barn, and as I got enough of them, you know, over a period of only a couple of weeks, I think it was, because everyone gives these things away because no one uses them anymore like they used to at one time. So I simply, let me show you, like I said, cut the tops of them off and augered them all the way into the earth to where the pipe sticks up through these hollow dog kennel sides. It does pretty well blocking most of the wind. I made this one as a portable roll-around wind block, and I roll it around. That's what I do, just to block the wind, because I do mostly shielded gas MIG welding. Obviously, because with a stick you don't need to worry about that kind of thing. And these material containers, this one is an overflow tool container, that one a material container. All I do is open up the door on this side. Let me show you. See, this blocks the wind from coming this way, and then I roll that portable wind block over to fit right here, which makes it sort of wind-free, even though I'm outdoors. I'll open this one up too. I'm not going to do it right now because it's a mess in there. And this will block more wind just by this door opening this way. Not perfect, but works. Okay, yeah, so this was a pain in the ass to put up. I put it together by myself, and then I got my grandson and Candy to come out and help me with the tractor, mind you. I brought the tractor in here, and we just kind of set it up with the tractor. Here's a clip. Whoop, just like that. And then from Harbor, I got these trolleys, these 1-ton trolleys. I got one for each side. See that? And they roll along this I-beam. It just makes life a lot easier to lift these things like this. This is just, for example, one thing that I hoisted up on the welding bench. Probably didn't need to, but I did, you know, just to make it convenient. Things like this grinder station. All this stuff I made out of scrap metal, and this would have made it a lot easier. Believe me, I made this stuff years and years ago. I wish I'd have had this because I think I could have did a better job. So now I don't have any excuses, right? That is not yours. That's not yours. Give me that. Give me that. Here's the ball. Give me that. Here's the ball. Give me that. Give me that. Oh, you always got something you shouldn't have. You got a piece of rubber. Stop it. Here. Get it. Okay. Get it. Yeah. You would rather have the rubber, huh? Yeah, there you go. What is that? So that you know what? That's a piece of inner tube she found somewhere. So a lot of you, some of you, not a lot, but some of you just don't like, you know, welding with videos, metal shop stuff and things like that. That's fine. But this is what we're gonna do pretty much all winter. Plow snow, work in here, make projects, you know, winter stuff. In the North Country, what we do in the North Country in the winter time. Because we don't quartzsite here. We don't go down to Arizona. No, it's not happening. Maybe in a couple of years I'll go for a week or two. I don't know, we'll see, but definitely not interested now. So here it is. One thing that we do have out here is Wi-Fi. That's kind of important to me. Like when there's 3 feet of snow on the ground out here, and it's 20 below zero or colder, yeah. I like to come out here and spend a lot of time. I like my Wi-Fi. I like to turn on my sorta kinda big screen TV for here. It's not the best, but it's not the worst, and it works. It works just fine. So yeah, I can keep myself entertained when I'm out here. Heat sources. Well, we got the main heat source, which is a natural gas hot dog. It works really well. It heats the shop very quickly because it's a small space. But I only leave that on just above freezing. When I'm out here, my main source of heat is this Chinese diesel heater, which is one of the cheapest ones I could find. It was 150 bucks, and I've been using it for years, and it works great. You can see it's still filled with diesel fuel. And I run this thing with this Duracell. This is a regular Duracell battery. There's nothing solar or anything like that involved with this. This is not a power, well, it is a power station, but it's got a regular lead acid battery in it. And it powers this up, which blows heat out here and heats the whole shop. Not only is it cheaper to do it that way, but I was told by one of the electricians that hooked up this place, and I told him it was going to be a welding shop. You know, he kind of said that I might want to make sure that the heater's off because the welder can interfere somehow with the circuitry and could melt the circuit board of the natural gas heater somehow. He says he's seen it in the past several times. So I don't know. I don't know whether he's talking about stick, which is probably what he's talking about, stick welding. I'm MIG welding, so I think I'm fine as far as that goes. But just to be safe, I mostly use the diesel heater. Here's the compressor I got at Menards. This is a new addition to the shop. I was using a little tiny one previously, a little Harbor Freight McGraw. And I needed something a little more powerful. This foot to bill seems to work out pretty good. We have at least 5 welders in here, at least. You know, we have our regular Tombstone Lincoln welder. I kind of did a short on them. We got our Hobart 220 and 110 stick welders. And we have our Vulcan MIG and our Vulcan TIG. And this is actually a multi-purpose welder, this Omni Pro 220. It does all of that crap. But I just use it for MIG welding mostly. You know, here's our tanks. And along this wall here is where I keep most of the material that I use, like grinding discs, flap discs, cut-off wheels, things like that. I keep my DeWalt station. This is what I built out of scrap metal, just a DeWalt station out of, like I said, scrap steel. It just works out so well. This is my Milwaukee station, scrap steel station, that I also made out of scrap metal. These are the winter projects that I like to do, building things like this. And this is the paint cabinet at the bottom of that. And we just, yeah, let me show you what I mean. See how much it holds in there? A lot of my DeWalt things, I know right where to go when I need a DeWalt tool. And same with Milwaukee. And I keep a lot of extra things like flap discs and stuff like that in here. We have a power station here along with all my magnets. A lot of our circular saw. These are all metal cutting saws. Everything I have is metal cutting in here. We have a lot of woodworking tools too, but we don't keep any of those in here. So over here we have our plasma cutters and also our big steel, half-inch steel cutting circular saws, things like that. Here we have the Harbor Freight Moody fireplace. Mood fireplace, I guess you could say. Oh, there we go. It works pretty good. It throws out heat instantly. So, you know what? It's cheesy, but it's Christmassy. I like it. Here's our fridge. You need a fridge. TV, like I said, more welders. Giant toolbox, our heat station. And the rest is kind of self-explanatory. We have our Harbor Freight saws here. Our band saws. One large, one small. Our go-to welder, our Miller-Matic 255. Our drilling station. We also have another drilling station in the big pole barn, but there just wasn't room for it here. We have a dust collection system here. This is the, I kind of forgot the name of it. It's the Magnamatic. It's a Magnamatic, and it works okay. It's not the greatest, but it'll get 60% of the dust out of the air if you have to grind indoors. There's been a few times I've had to grind indoors here, close the door, the overhead door, and grind because it was just too miserable, too cold, too just awful outside. So what I do is I will pull this Magnamatic close to the work project. Usually I use this a lot, this Rockwell clamp, and I also have a Harbor Freight clamp exactly like it. Different color, different brand, but same thing. And I'll just grind right into this sucking sound. And it works pretty good. It works pretty doggone good. Now once I'm finished grinding, there'll be obviously 40% or 30% or so of the dust, the metal dust laying around here on the floor and everything. I wear my respirator, okay? Then what I do is I'll open up the overhead door like that, and I'll just take my leaf blower, my Ryobi leaf blower, and I'll just blow the rest of the dust out into the compound. Hence is why you see the apron of my shop all rusty looking. You should have seen it before I cleaned it. Yeah, buddy. So over the course of the summer, payday to payday, or sometimes just, you know, whenever we get a few extra spare change in our pocket, we'll run off to Harbor Freight and add to our repertoire. Lighting is very important in the wintertime here, so we have many sources of light. Big, tall, small, medium, it doesn't matter. The more lights, the better when you get older. Yeah, that's kind of important. Hey, stop digging! Stop digging! Stop it. Stop digging. Stop it. stop. What you want? What you want? What you doing? Ah, you want the ball. Boy, she's a digging dog. Anyway, here's my overflow tool station. This is where we keep the things that we don't use as often, but we still use them, and we want them readily accessible for when we need them. So yeah, I have this container for that reason. We have a shelf system in here. We have a lot more grinders and things like that. The swag, which is a portable bandsaw station here. Yeah. Everything is organized, and I'm almost ready for winter. I have not organized my equipment container yet because that is one of them things that's going to take all day, and it's just going to be a pain in the ass, and I have to kind of build myself up to do it. I have to motivate myself. But while I'm standing here, that acts as my grinding station, my winter grinding station. If any of you watch the welding videos, I'm always out here. It doesn't matter how cold it is, how much snow there is. I'm always out here because what better place to grind than outdoors, right? Yeah. Now you know why all my steel gets rusty. It's been out here for several months. Okay. It's not the best, but it works. We do have a microwave oven out here too. I wonder if I should put my cell phones in there on October the 4th. You know, so I don't get zombified with any emergency messages. I know that is far from a complete showing of my metal shop. We got all winter, boys, right? So company was here for a week and we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of things together and we downsized a lot and we kept it in the family. So that's the greatest thing ever. So I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I think we're going camping and we'll bring you along. Now that we don't have company, it's time to have our fun, right? No, I'm kidding. We had a blast with company, but now things are back to normal. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. God bless.